Hello and welcome to today's video. So this time we've got yet another 100 books from that epic Penguin collection to get cleaned up. These are numbers 801 up to numbers 900 of the Penguin main series. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Okay then, so yet another 100 to get cracking with, and well, we are making progress, aren't we? Which is the main thing. I have to say, feeling slightly daunted with how much is still to go. Shall we say? There is an awful lot still to be cleaned, but at the same time, we are getting through it slowly but surely. And I definitely appreciated the last video where we did the buildings of England and the Penguin guys. That made a really nice change of pace, you know. So maybe I do sort of need to get numbers this 100 and the next 100 sort of done really as a matter of priority, because I've got someone who may be potentially interested in some of these, which is absolutely fine. So I need to get them done first of all, and then I'm going to crack on. I think I'm going to do some puffins, you know, because we have got approximately the first 400 puffin storybooks to get processed and cleaned, and they're going to be really good fun. Once again, I've split them into hundreds, so you know that's another 4 videos there of books to do, but they are particularly nice, so I think we'll certainly enjoy doing those. And all the early ones are there as well, so they're really interesting. Loads that I've not seen before. There's all the Paddington books, so yeah, I think they're going to be really nice. And also I am going to try and fit in my next bagging video, because that is very important. I need to I'm going to start bagging the first 100 pan books, plus some of the one-offs and specials and things like that, you know. So that's my next sort of bagging video organized, and I've got the bags. I just gotta bring the books up to the studio here and get them done. But I'm missing bagging at the moment. I had a really good routine going where I was doing a couple of 100 books a month, and they are looking great, really great on the back of it. It's just a question of keeping on target. But you know, I've got a pretty good excuse, haven't I? So you can let me off. Off to Philadelphia in the morning. God, I wish I was. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? The first one with a bit of tape. The mysterious Mickey Finn. Always reminds me of Only Fools and Horses. I think there was a Mickey Finn in that one there, as I recall. I think he was one of Rodney's friends. Not too bright, as I recall. A shilling inside. Lovely. Duet of Death. Hilda Lawrence. A pretty nice copy on that one, that's alright. Man and Gods. Same again. Got a little shilling on the top there. Lovely. Many dimensions. Okay, so let's get the tape off. Looks like there's already been a bit of damage there, because there's like a tape removal mark of some sort. So maybe that was like that when Alan actually bought this one originally, which I'm guessing was from a second-hand shop or something like that. second-hand bookshop. It's got 5p on the front, where we've seen that happen, be priced up quite a bit, like that. No sign in the back of where he actually bought it. Many dimensions. Russian Village, John Moore. Well, that's good. It's got the price, but I think it looks like it's in pen. Is it pencil? Oh, it is. Okay, that's good. It actually looked like it was in pen, that one. That's okay. I've got a little bit down the bottom here as well. Okay, back cover is clean. This one was picked up in Barnstable. So just that bit there to get rubbed out. So I've had a few people say, will you show us like the comparison process? And I will when we get on to the books 1001 upwards. So I'm not going to do it on these ones because these are just not that easy to get to in my own collection. But you know, what I'm going to do with the post 1000 is actually bring those down, and I'll have all the books sort of to hand, so I'm not having to hike everything up to the loft and compare in not the greatest of light and then bring it all back down again. It'll just be easier to bring what I've got back down. That one's missing, well, detached spine, as we can see here. First time of being used today, so there's a bit of excess glue that's got solid on the tip there, so we need to get that off. There we are. Need to remember to wipe that off at the end of my sessions so that it doesn't like seal up, which is what it just did from yesterday. There we are. I'm hoping that that's enough glue to put that spine back in now. Okay, not the greatest of copies, that one, but I think we've saved it from getting any worse. He wouldn't kill patients. No, of course he wouldn't. (23rd of November 1974). Doctor Who's 10th anniversary. Just saying. Swindon. There we are. Just making sure my glue tip was completely clean so that I don't have that issue again. Okay, that's all right. That's That's already been taken off, the bottom one, so that's okay. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue just in there. So what I tend to do with these instances, I just want to raise the edge up just a bit, like that. There we are. That's absolutely fine. The high window, Mr. Chandler. Oh, look at that. Big strip of sellotape on the inside there. And if it's like any of the other ones, it may just fall off. Yeah, it's just sort of coming off. There's not many like this. We've seen maybe 2 or 3, haven't we, so far, that have been like fully taped like this. But not many. Well, all that one we could have just put a bit of glue in, eh? There we are. I suppose it was worth saving. It was Raymond Chandler after all, you know, so we give him our best shot. Case for Sergeant Beef. There we are. Travel one now. 10 years under the earth. Yeah, that's all right. It's quite a nice, clean one. The book cureth. See, this one looks as if it's had tape which has already been removed. So maybe that just fell off like some, because the tape mostly is quite quite old and brittle, isn't it? Which saves me a little job, doesn't it? £8p. Harp in the South. The Harp in the South Park. It's a nice copy. There we are. Yeah, not too bad. Farmer's Glory. This one's got some water damage. Which affects it down the bottom there. It's got a bit wet. So I may have read that one by the pool or something like that, or spilt a drink, of course. Pray for the Wanderer. It's got something very, very small in the top corner here. The Man of Property, Goldsworthy. Very, very popular, wasn't he, John Goldsworthy, in his day? Not so much nowadays, of course, but he certainly was. The chap behind Upstairs, Downstairs, if you ever remember that show. There we are. Lovely. Couple more. Those barren leaves. Of course, some of these, if he hadn't have put where he bought them and when, some of these wouldn't need anything doing at all except a little brush off to take the dust off, and they would be absolutely fine, wouldn't they? First Hornblower book. Happy Return. Absolutely love that series of books. They are great. Lovely. Right, Prelude to a Certain Midnight. Well, That's got some writing on the back. Well, a signature of such. Something like that. Owner's signature. And very, very Fox, isn't it? Little 5p or something like that in there. Do find with these crossword books, they do tend to get a little bit sort of grubby, you know what I mean? Deadly weapon, let's see. Here we are. Not too bad a copy, I suppose. Well, this one's got tape on. This one's another one. A little bit of like, a few like surface marks and things on it. Nothing too serious, but certainly stopping it being, oh dear, perfect. Oh dear, oh dear. Right. Well, that's not good, is it? Looks like some youngsters got a hold of it. So we just have to approach these things bit by bit. And try and clean it off in a targeted manner. Thankfully my soft rubber seems to be doing pretty well. Let's get rid of that and see what we're left with. Not bad, actually. There we are. We've got it presentable again. At least without the offending scribbling in the front, which we just can't avoid it. And look at this, look. Another one of those ones with a full spine of tape. A full spiner, governor. So 2 pieces. There we are. It's better without the tape, is what I'm saying. Definitely better without the tape. There we are. Golden box. There we are. A problem a day keeps your brain active, I suppose. That one had a 1 on the front. Couple of nibbled pages there, but generally okay. The Cambridge Murders. A little bit grubby in places, but generally okay. Pretty nice copy, that one. Before lunch. Escape in vain. Swindon. Oh, come on. I hate that when the name has been written really close to the corner. When you're rubbing it out, it's easy to catch it on the way back. Thankfully, that will sort itself out over time, so it's nothing too serious, but still a bit frustrating. There we are. Havoc by accident, another Simonons, 2 on the trot. Okay, not too bad. The house without the door. Bit dusty on the bottom here. Lovely. Looks like ULT, whatever that meant. South. I think once again we've noticed that there's been less tape to take off, and maybe my theory of the more modern the books get, the less and less tape there'll actually be to take off, you know? Maybe, I don't know. Tea with Mr. Rush. Speaking of that, the very next one has some tape to take off. But straight is the gate. So it's going to need a bit of glue. It's playing a bit hard to get again, my glue here, because it keeps sealing up on me. That should be enough. Yeah, not the best of copies, but it's better than no copy. The Women of Rome. This looks much better. Take the 10p off the front. On the danger line. It's okay. Lost moorings. Been a few Simonons in this 100, isn't there, so far? Varying conditions, but that one's complete. This one's a bit the worse for wear compared to the last two. Mary Lavelle. 18th of August, 73, Bath. Got a little 5p in as well. Can assume that that's what Alan paid for it. I'm guessing. All those years ago, that would have been, I suppose, about right for a second-hand book. This one looks a little bit rough. Yeah, it's a double volume and it's been through the wars a little bit, this one. They do vary. These double volumes, when they're read, they do tend to fall to bits. And this one looks like it's been read a couple of times. So we'll let it off, but at the same time, we'll have to let it go cheaply. I think a slither of glue down there as well. Not a lot, just a slither. If we can get some, here we go. Yeah, a bit of a rough copy, that one, but yeah, it is what it is. Murder Down Under. We're taking the rough with the smooth today, aren't we? Another one with a detached cover. Other than that, I don't think it was too bad a copy. Just like some other books from this period, sometimes the glue just dries out and the cover eventually just becomes detached, you know? It's just how it goes. Casebook of Sherlock Holmes. Sadly got a big 5p on the front, which is a shame. I do like the Penguin Sherlock Holmes books, the Conan Doyle's. This is another one. Not so bad, but it does need re-gluing. And a book I read fairly recently, The Franchise Affair, Josephine Tay. Quite a good fun penguin, this one. Not her best. This is her second best. Her best is Daughters of Time. If you've never read that one, that's great. But this one is good. So if you've not read it, it's recommended. Brilliant. There we are. Right, The Cask. Big, thick one from Freeman Willscroft. Picked up on the 18th of August, 1972. Pretty nice copy of that one. I actually have. I think I've got this one signed by Freeman Willscroft. I've got a couple at least by him signed. So I should definitely be keeping hold of those because they're really nice to have, you know. When the going was good. Let's take this tape off first of all. Oh, this one's coming away as well. Looks like the whole block's come away, so we're going to have to do a bit of a job on this one, I think. A bit of a number, you could say. Yeah, look, it's just come away. The whole book is coming away. Well, I'll stick some glue in there just because to keep it complete, really. But in all honesty, it's a bit of a hopeless cause when all the bits are falling a bit apart like that. But this bookbinder's glue is good stuff, so I'll put it on quite liberally and we'll see if it does the trick over a bit of time. It is, after all, Evelyn Waugh, don't you know? I think that's given that one the best possible chance that we can, but it's definitely not great. So that's probably one that's going to go. You know, it'll just be sold out on for £1. So it's a filler. It's better than not having a copy, but it's no collector's edition, I'm afraid to say. There's another one with a detached cover. And I've said this before, but it does tend to be a certain point in publishing history when you're doing books which, like we are, all from the same sort of age and the same publisher, that they just over the years have all suffered the same fate with regards the glue aging and coming apart. And I see it time and time again with all the different publishers that were around, you know. It's really bizarre. It's a weird phenomenon, but that is what it is. It is just a phenomenon. It's just one of those things which, when you end up doing lots of books, you do start to come across it, you know. And there is no perfect example better than what we're doing today, you know, where all these Penguin books are all from the same era. Is it 1953, 54, 55? And they're all suffering the same sort of fate. But that's how it goes. That is how it goes. Right, The Far Cry, Emma Smith. That's all right. The Values of the Assassins. Sounds lethal, doesn't it? Shilling on the front. I do sort of hate that when you take off a price on the front and it means the rest of the cover looks particularly dirty. So I'm just going to put the rubber over the rest of the white bit just to blend it in a little bit. It's a little trick that, just to blend it in. There we go, that looks a little bit more presentable. Right, A Pin to See the Peep Show. That's actually quite a nice copy. Picked up in Bristol, 15th of April, 1972. Okay. Tragedy at Law. detached. Yeah. Not a great deal we can do with that one. Between the axe. £2, governor. Tiny fleck of the orange got lost there. Taking that glue off, which is a shame. Otherwise, that was quite a nice copy. The Red Widow Murders. Needs a dab of glue in there. This is multiply, so we need to get another dab in there. Like that. There we are. Oh, as good as we're going to get it. And so to murder. There we are. That one's got Magi tape on the back, so on the spine rather. So we know we can't get the Magi tape off. That just has to stay there. 10p. Don't mind if I do, governor. The man from everywhere. New Haven, Dieppe. Work suspended. I could feel it coming. Okay, need to let that set now. What's this? Our list of all the Evelyn walls in Penguin. Very, very cool. I'm planning on doing a video on Evelyn Wall and Penguin at some point. And I was missing a couple, so I'll probably have them all now, which is quite cool. A few of these are quite nice condition, and they got a little run of nice ones. Spoke too soon. Back to the old tape on the crime. Typical, isn't it? The crime. It's just because they get read so much, don't they? Time and time again, that they tend to have been put through the grinder a little bit, sometimes anyway. Yeah, a little bit the worse for wear, this one. The reader is warned. Okay, I consider myself warned. Fombombo. Funny name, isn't it? Fairly tight copy of that one. Plays. £15p. Another Maigret. This time he's sitting it out. Maigret sits it out. Very wise, Maigret. Very wise. Another CS Forester. Some ink on the back. The lift and the drop. Lovely. Right, last wedge here, and this is a good one. The Postman Always Rings Twice. James M. Kahn. Bit of a beaten up copy though, so we'll clean it up as best we can. Never read this. I must read it. Maybe I'll read this one. Never read it. But it's a classic of its type, so I feel obliged to at least give it a try, you know. The Blind Barber. Quite a nice one. Bandaged Nude. If she's bandaged, is she actually nude? You know what I mean? Can't actually see any glue coming out again. Is it dried up? There we go. Okay. The case of the black-eyed blonde. Okay. Crime and the Police, number 888, which used to be Scotland Yard's phone number. That's why they chose main series 888 for this particular one. Penguin having a little fun with numbers. Such was their way. I could feel it. I could feel it. Quite a thick spine, this one, so I'm being pretty liberal with the glue. The Chinese room. Clean that nozzle off before it dries up and seals up on me again. We just can't be having it, can we? Suddenly, at the residence. An injection is required. Lovely. Okay, this one's got a 5p sticker on, and I'm not going to be able to do anything about that. I haven't got any eucalyptus oil, and I don't have the time to tackle a book which is, good condition at best. So it's just going to stay on for now. Another one. It's like book after book, isn't it? All from the same period, and we'll probably get this in the next 100 as well, where the books have just suffered the glue that was being used. It's just, the life of it was 70 years, because these books are 70 years old, and that was, you just got to accept it. It's a shame, but I think that's what it is. A bit of a classic, isn't it? Huge book. We haven't had so many dates and place names to take out this time round, I don't think. We've had our share of prices and stuff like that. As we would expect, of course. But okay. The waves. Slightly coming away here on the inner spine, but once again, it's just this period. I'll squeeze some in there in the hope that it does the trick. It's just at the bottom there, so we've seen worse. But once again, not the greatest of copies. Not awful, but not great, Thurber Carnival. Sanctuary. A travel one. We haven't seen many travel today, have we? Travel and adventure. Novel on yellow paper. A little bit of glue required. A little bit extra in there. But a pretty beaten up copy yet again. Blimey, look at this one. Wow, wow, wow. That was tape extraordinaire, wasn't it, that one? Yeah, if this was my own copy, I wouldn't have it in my collection because it's too far gone. But I'm going to whack it out as in the pile of books that'll be available at £1. So if anyone wants it, that's all this one's going to be, you know. I said I'm very much going to be moving these books on, all these doubles, because I've got all of these myself anyway. So they're all doubles, which I'm helping Matt sell on his behalf. And they'll just be in simple price points of £1, £2, £3, £4, £5, and a few that might be a little bit dearer. But basically just in those simple price points. And you just have to get in contact with the ones that you want. What I'm going to do is probably, once I've gone through the wants list and stuff, I'll probably just make a sales video and pop it up on my main channel. And I just do them. I start at the highest price books and work my way down, basically. And that's how I've done it before, very successfully in the past. So that's probably going to be the best way. Case of the Tudor Queen. See, this was bought 16th of April 1974 in Torquay. Reunion with Murder. Quite tanned edges on this one. Maigret travels south. Fine. And the last one, She Died a Lady. Look at that, it's just fallen right off in my hand. Quite a rough example of that one. Okay, right, that's all the books cleaned as best we can. Now we're going to do the brush off. Right, to finish off then, I'm just going to give these all a brush, as is traditional. I've taken a slight break and aired the old studio again just to get it all dusty. So, as I said, the next video, but I may not put it out as the next one, but the next batch of books that I need to do is going to be the final 100 from the first 1,000, so Penguins 900 to 1,000. And once I've done that, I'm thinking I'm going to do the next proper cleaning video is going to be the first 100 puffins. I think that's probably going to be the way to go, if I can. And then I definitely need to do a bagging video. always the messy part of the procedure, isn't it, this? But vital. So if you have enjoyed today's video, if you're not getting too bored of these repetitive penguin ones where I'm addressing this mega collection, I hope you're not too bored with the variety. Obviously, it's quite important for me to get these processed as soon as possible so I can move them on to other collectors and make a bit of space in the dining room. But if you have enjoyed the video, do please give it that thumbs up. That would be cool. If you don't mind hitting the subscribe button, because that is quite literally free. And it just helps the channel get a bit more exposure. YouTube shows the videos to more people, basically. So that would be really, really great if you could do that. As I've said on my main channel, if you want any of these books, everything that you're seeing is in today's video will be for sale, every single book. So best bet is to drop me an email at julesburt@gmail.com and might be able to sort you out a deal. As I said, they're going to be very cheap and cheerful because they're priced to sell. These need to be moved on, and they shall be. If you're really enjoying the videos and you want to help the channel as much as possible, you could join my Patreon, which is at patreon.com/julesburt, or over on my other channel on YouTube, my Jules Burt YouTube channel, you could become a channel member from as little as £1, and that really would help out quite a bit, But best bet is Patreon, because like 90% of what you might pledge goes to the creator, whereas on YouTube it's about 60%. So Just a thought, if you've been enjoying the content. But if not, absolutely fine. But, I would appreciate hitting the subscribe button to help the channel along that way. That would be really cool. Anyway, thanks very much for watching it today if you've made it to the end. And I will, of course, be back in a week's time with another video. Bye.